One of the things that we want to do is, can we determine from an equation if it's a function or not? And I'm just going to show you a couple of ways to kind of give that some thought. The first one we have is y equals 2x minus 5. And the best way for me to see if it's a function or not is to graph it out. And as I graph that, down 5, and it looks like I got a slope of roughly 2. Without having to graph too much of it in detail, I see that's a linear equation. And a linear equation continues on in an infinite direction. So I can see that there's nowhere that this graph loops back on itself. Remember the vertical line test? We could use that. And that will show me that there's nowhere where it intercepts that vertical line more than twice. So I would say that first graph is a linear. And all linear equations, except for a vertical equation, but that one's really not an equation, is a function. Now the second one I have, x squared plus y squared equals 1. Well, let's solve it for y, because remember, we need to make sure that every x has a unique solution. Y squared equals x squared plus 1. Take the square root of both sides. Now I see that y equals plus or minus x squared plus 1. So right now I see that I am getting two solutions, a plus solution and a y solution for this particular y. So I want to be careful about that when I look at equations and say, is it a function or is it not? In this particular case, it's not a function. You could also graph it. And the graph of this one is the unit circle. And you can see right there that the vertical line test would apply and say, wait a minute, this is not a function.